Hi, my name is Cherriman and I'm a contemporary fine artist from Sussex in the United Kingdom. I grew up in West Sussex, but I'm now currently in the final stages of completing my undergraduate degree in psychology at Newcastle University. When picking this degree, I really struggled as I was going to choose a fine art degree, but coming from a heavily academic background, I put pressure on myself to opt for a more scientific one. It was clear for me from the first few weeks of attending university that I truly wanted to pursue fine art, as I headed straight to the closest art shop I could find and replenished the supplies I had left at home. I would paint as much as I could alongside the deadlines of my degree and still continue to, even in my final year of studies. However, having this psychological insight deeply influences my work as I aim to capture the essence of the human condition by exploring themes of movement, emotion, and the inner self. Each piece I create is a reflection of my own perspective of the physical movement of the human in its rawest form and flow, manipulated and influenced by the emotional, internal state of the being. Other contemporary fine artists such as Irina Yermolova, Jenny Seville and Alex Kanevsky have been so inspirational to me, which is evident in my own work as I can see that some of these artists' styles and techniques are resonated in the work I produce. Whether that be mark making, use of colour, I'm very much influenced by the exposure of other figurative fine artists' work. Additionally, I think I'm mainly influenced by my own personal environment. I appreciate both the challenges and conflicts in my life as I do the calm, beautiful moments. And if its magnitude is great enough, I find myself motivated to paint in a way that reflects this, even if I'm not truly aware of it at the time. My work isn't strictly influenced by my own life, but I'm very much inspired by the people around me in my close personal circle, strangers I happen to strike up a conversation with, or even events occurring in the media, which is almost a way of me as an individual with a diagnosis of both ADHD and dyslexia of processing this information, my emotions, and the environment that surrounds me. Right now, I am currently focusing on growing my platform as an artist. Whilst being at university, I'm currently unable to truly start any huge practical projects. So I'm just trying to network as much as I can, share my art on my media platforms and website, and just trying to keep as active on those as I can. So once I've graduated, I can start big and new exciting projects with a steady foundation that I've built already in place. However, I am focusing on getting ready for a Paris Art Fair this January that a few of my pieces will be exhibiting in with the Monac Gallery. This is very exciting for me to have my work being exhibited in Europe, and just to be able to be part of this opportunity altogether is just so amazing. Right now, my biggest challenge as an artist is not being able to give art 100% of my time. Now that I have finally addressed that painting is my passion and the one thing I want to pursue in life, it's hard having to put it at one side and prioritise my degree, finishing my time at university to the best of my ability. When in actual fact, there's nothing I'd rather do than to put all my time and energy and fully commit and pursue painting. Trying new techniques, using large canvases that won't be a problem to transport via train from Newcastle through London, putting myself out there in the art community and trying to make a name for myself. The advice I would give to my younger self is to trust your gut and don't doubt yourself in wanting to pursue fine art further than just a creative passion. But also don't kick yourself if you feel that you made a wrong decision or a mistake, because those that I have made have probably taught me the most valuable information. The medium I typically use is acrylic and oil paints, but in the past, inspired by the artist Alison Lambert, I have ventured in using tiny pieces of torn up crumpled paper, shading them with charcoal into different gradients and sticking them onto a canvas to compose a male figure. It was such a messy and sticky process with the glue, but I had so much fun with it, and I would love to produce another piece using that technique in the future. When I am painting, I do prefer working with music on in the background. I'll put a long playlist of mine on shuffle and just let it run. That in the background alongside whatever noise my housemates are doing or watching. Having things going on in the background really helps me to not overthink and second guess myself in the direction I find myself taking a painting. Although I will find myself looking at a playlist that I have just listened to whilst painting, and I'll find myself only being able to remember half those songs ever being played. The best reaction someone has had to my artwork is actually probably from my art teacher back in senior school and then in my sixth form. She truly made me feel like I was capable at art further than my studies. And I just remember when I was studying art at a GCSE level, she'd always comment on my work saying that it was at an A-level standard. And then when I continued studying fine art as an A-level, that the work I produced then, she used to say that was at a fine art degree level. She truly inspired me and made me feel that I had potential with my art, so much so that when I was considering leaving the school I was attending after my GCSEs, I continued to stay on at that school sixth form purely for the fact that I wanted to study fine art with her as my teacher. My goal as an artist is to create work that impacts the viewer on a visceral level, inspiring them to think, feel and connect with themselves introspectively. I am mesmerised by the narrative and composition of figurative art, and I set to explore this myself in my own work. Whether this is in the form of physical expression, the environment, or even movement in the social and political sense, I hope to produce thought-provoking and intriguing work, showcasing internal motives of the human figure, and that people see this in my artwork. Thank you so much for taking time to listening and finding out a bit about myself. My Instagram handle is @Cherriman, which has any updates on any upcoming events that I may be participating in and has more details about the Paris Art Fair happening on the 26th to the 28th of January. You can also find all my artwork on my website at www.ellencherrimanart.com, and I even have a TikTok account at ellen.cherriman, where you can also keep updated and follow me on my journey. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.